Learning. Today we are going to see very important topic in Azure. So that is Azure Virtual Networks. So let's get into the topic. Now we are going to see virtual networks. So if you want any theoretical data about networks and virtual networks, you can very well go ahead and refer my previous videos. So now I'm going to create a virtual network. So here I have just entered virtual network here and I have this pan in place. I am going to give create. So as of now I don't have any virtual network, so I'm just creating it now. So I want to choose a subscription, that is a main part in creation of Azure resources. So as of now I have a free trial and I have it in place, and resource group I already have multiple resource groups. If at all I can give create now. So I have done, and I wanted a name for a virtual network. So I'm just giving as, okay, let's give it as, so I have given this, and the location which I have chosen is East US. So then we can give next. So this is actually an important part in this, like choosing the address, IP address range. We have IPv4. If we want, we can use IPv6. You can refer that video for that, what is IPv4 and IPv6. And as of now is I'm going to use an IPv4 address, and this is a private address space. So this is a range which is like private. So to be, I in terms of layman terms I wanted to explain is like, this is which will be like in a private, very secured thing. It is not a public address which is exposed to the internet. So now I can choose a IP address range, or by default it has like 10.0.0.6 slash 16. So here itself we can see slash 16 means two things. First two octets will be fixed, so rest two can be used. So it can contain like 6,536 address range, or else if I want I can create a range 40.0.0 slash 60. Yeah, I wanted my IP range in my environment, so I'm just making it in place. So the next thing we need to have is a subnet. So we'll have it same way. We will give a name for that. I have given. So then the subnet range must be inside this. So make sure that I'm just giving a range which will come under this. So slash 24. Yes, it is showing me the range will contain like, subnet range. So we can choose dot 40.0.0 slash 24. So slash 24 will have 256 address space, but 5 address by default will be reserved for Azure. So we need to calculate in such a way that in my environment, in this particular subnet, I will create maybe around 251 devices. Then I can very well go ahead and choose this as my subnet range. So now I have this subnet in place. So NAT gateway, as of now I don't want this, and service endpoint also I don't want, so I'm just leaving it as default and I'm giving add. So this subnet range contains of 256 address. So yeah, it's in place. If you want something like, okay, if you want to try out any other subnet range, but the thing is it should not be overlapping. So make sure you are not choosing any range which is like overlapping. One slash 26. So yes, if I want a very least range, I can choose this. See, 26 will have only like 59 usable address and 5 will be like reserved, or else 27 which will have very minimal amount of usage, like only 27 usable address and 5 will be reserved. So likewise I can make sure how much I want. So just you can go ahead and create even 24 or 23 as per your requirement. So now I have two subnets in place. Okay, that's done. We can give next. So Bastion host, it is again a separate topic. You can just refer to my video. So DDoS. Bastion host in simple layman terms is like, if I have something like, it is a kind of jump server. So if I have one server which has a protected private IP address, I don't want it to be exposed to public internet. In that case, what I can do is I can have a server which has a public IP address and it is exposed to the public internet, and I can connect these two VMs, and inside that I can securely take this private IP address VM. So that is how it works. You can just refer my videos for more idea about this. And DDoS is like when we have some unknown attacks, like if we have Amazon, Flipkart, or any other shopping websites. So in that case, no, sometimes we will have this availability sets and all in place, which means like if the user many requests are being coming, then just based on the performance, increase the resource, it will automatically increase the resource. Okay, so in that cases, like what happens if some hackers keep on sending a fake request, like sometimes even in our mobile phone we used to see a waste message or unnecessary message which is being repeatedly coming and filling our storage and killing our mobile, no, the same way in the environment that might happen, like some hackers might continuously send us some signals or something like a fake alerts that may like trigger your reduces your performance, and in that cases, no, that can be protected by enabling this. But as of now I don't want firewall. If you want same purpose like what we have in real time, the same firewall it has, but now I have kept everything as disabled. So next, tags, I'm mentioning it as prod. So I'm just giving it as prod. So it's done. So now I'm going to give review and create. Here validation will run and it will create a validation is passed. So yeah, that's done. Now we are going to create a virtual network. So yes, it might take some time. So the best thing is like within that time span, we can parallelly go and spin up a virtual machine if we want. So yeah, I will try to see. This might take some time. So in my previous day one session, you would have seen how to create a virtual missions by using a default network options. But now same way here, I'm going to search for virtual mission. I'm going to create a virtual mission with my network which I have created now. So I'm just going to do that. So same, we will just give, we'll create it in the same location. So yes, same location. This is also in East US. See, deployment is done. You can go to the resource and you can see, or else if you want how to check in search, you can check for virtual networks. Then click. See, in virtual networks, you have multiple options. So I'm going to explain all, like in our next upcoming videos. I'm also going to show you about this VNet peering concepts and all. But as of now, like We'll just see what is in place, what we have created. We can see the options like what are all in place, address space, and all things. If we want, we can check for the subnets as well. See, we have subnets in place, how much it is available in all things. So yes, now I'm going to create this virtual machine using my network. So same is happened, and here I have chosen this size. So I will give a name. Yeah, it's in place, and I'm going to give a password. So here I'm just showing you like how to attach the existing virtual machine. So that's what we are going virtual network to the virtual machine. That's what we are going to do here. So yeah, next. So let's leave it as default and next. So here in the network part, actually it has taken network, see prod net. It has actually taken, but if we want, you can create. But as of now, no. I'm just taking this network and I can choose the subnet. I have two subnets in place. So I'm choosing this subnet 40.0.1, and it is having a public IP address for accessing it via internet, but which is not secure. I will show you how to use it in a more secure way as well in our upcoming videos. So this is how it is like. I have created this virtual machine using our virtual network which we have created now. We'll just create. So to make sure that the validation will pass, it will take some time. To make sure that this devices, this virtual machine will be in place in this virtual network. So we can, yeah, it will take some time to spin up. We can also do multiple things, multiple tests, like in case like if it is in a particular network, then we can communicate this mission. If I create a mission, virtual machine inside this subnet, and I create a virtual network within virtual machine within this subnet, I can very well go ahead and communicate since all are inside a same virtual network. You can do that demo and see. I have created a virtual machine in this subnet. I can also spin up in this, and I can try to ping both from both the VMs, ping both the IPs. So we can try anything. Like you can just try a lot and explore it. And apart from this, we also have NSD rules. So just let it. It is taking some time to deploy. So check this. I have not made any changes to this. Once this mission, yeah, this mission is in place, so I can search for this virtual mission. So now in the overview, I can see the IP address. It has given the IP address as 10.40.0.4. So from that range, it has picked the IP address and it has given to that. You can see our virtual network which we have created is in place. So you can also do many testings in this. In this virtual machine, in networking options, you can see lots of options to do. This is like networking part inside that virtual machines. So as I said, we have multiple options like NSG rules. It is like protecting the virtual machine for this particular subnet. This NSG rule will be available now. And this NSG rule is for this NIC card which we have, and see here we have a public IP address. We can just copy this. Just click. We can copy this and use the public IP address, and this is a private IP address. So, yeah, by default we'll have some NIC NST rules. It is like network security rules in place. Like I have opened the RDP port, HTTP port, HTTPS port, so it is showing like allow all. Hmm. And here by default, as I said, no, inside the virtual networks to network, inside the network you can allow the traffic. There is a by default rule with this priority, and in this NSG I have a separate session for this, but as of now, like you can see, the lowest priority will have the high priority.